Here is Godfrey Jones. He is going to come home third in the Pro-Am category, behind Michael Bartels and Mark Hayek. A good result for David and Godfrey. Across the line they come, probably pretty pleased with that, I'd imagine, as they see the checker flag. And there is Mark Hayek coming across behind. And no, so he lost out on that final lap, did he, to Godfrey Jones? So that was a switch around on the final lap, I'm pretty sure. So that was Michael Bartels winning Pro-Am, with Godfrey Jones in second and Mark Hayek down in third place. But here is the important runner. This is Christopher Mize, and he is driving the number 33 WRT Belgian Audi Club. But it's his teammate Greg Franke who started the race, and he has had to watch the remaining 2 hours. And when this Audi crosses the line, Greg Franke will be the first Blancpain Endurance Series champion. Congratulations to them. All special flags hanging out the window, out the pit wall, and it's a fantastic result. 5th position. They needed 8th to seal the championship for Greg Franke, but they've come home with a 5th place in the number 33 Audi R8. A great drive and a great performance throughout the season, winning the Spa 24 Hour, which of course is the centre point really to the Blancpain Endurance Series. Now let's have a look at the second place move on the outside at Village, and then is he just going to send it up the inside? Yes. Oh, he gets forced out onto the grass, and then, oh, I see. So then Ortelli goes wide. So Petrobelli goes wide. So Stefan Ortelli looked as though he hadn't made the move stick, but Petrobelli, in his determined defence, managed to run a little bit wide and lose the position. So the cars slow down. There's our race winner, Maxime Martin. Excellent result for them, I've no doubt. 2 wins on the trot now for that car. They won at Magny-Cours. And Mark VDS Racing Team actually very successful end of the season, winning at Magny-Cours, then subsequently winning in Ordos in FIA GT1, and now finishing the year with the Blancpain Endurance Series win. Well, the Blancpain Endurance Series year anyway. FIA GT1 still has a trip to Argentina to go in early November. But Maxime Martin, Bas Linders and Marcus Paltella will be the happiest men out there, I imagine, with the possible exception of Greg Franke. So out climbs Maxime. Goes over to congratulate Marcus Paltella on his 2nd place in the championship. And then over to the team as well. Well done, mate. The BMW Z4 proving to be a very effective GT3 car. So thumbs up from Maxime Martin. And there's Bas Linders waiting for a little handshake. There it is. Bas Linders, former British Formula 4 champion, German Formula 3 champion, set the way up at the start and really put the BMW in good stead for the remaining part of the race. And hopefully we will have a word with them in just a few moments' time. There's Stefan Ortelli, who took the position on the very final lap then, and he deserves a great congratulations. They're very pleased with him, as you might expect, really. And Stefan Ortelli helping his team in the championship as well. There's the team classification then. It's the Mark VDS Racing Team at the top. Vita for 1, 2nd, Auto Orlando Sport in 3rd, Texas AMR 4th, Belgian Audi Club 5th, Audi Sport Team WRT in 6th place, even though they had already sealed the championship. So there are the Mark VDS guys, shaking hands with all the other drivers, shrug of the shoulders there. And what could have been Good to see such camaraderie in the Blancpain Endurance Series paddock. Pose for a little photo.
It's the only way, because on the straight it's no way to pass.
Philippe Albuquerque, as we said, no way to pass on the straight, so he had to find some clever ways, did Philippe Albuquerque, which he managed up the inside into Luffield, and then one of the other Audis made the late move into Village, because the Audi just a little bit slower on a straight line, but its strength really coming in the corners. So it's been a great race here at Silverstone and a great way to end the season. So let's hear from our winners, the Blancpain Endurance Series Silverstone winners.
Congratulations, Max. What a way to finish the season.
Yeah, it's perfect. We had pole position at Spa, victory in Monaco, victory here in Silverstone. So it's nearly the perfect end of the season with the car.
And Marcus, obviously a great finish for you in the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, it's great to be second, and as great is to win the last two races, so it's just good stuff.
And Baz, looking forward to next year?
Yes, of course. We would have to thank Mark van der Straten for the confidence he has in all the team. And yeah, we hope to be back next year, of course, and then maybe go for the title.
Thank you. Congratulations.
I've no doubt we'll see those drivers back in Blancpain Endurance Series next year as the series continues to expand. I say continues to expand. This is, of course, the first season of the Blancpain Endurance Series, and as I mentioned earlier, Stefan Rattel saying what a success it's been and talking about the expansions that are going to happen for next season. And such big grids have been the hallmark of this season. A huge crowd of people down outside the podium, as well as plenty of photographers there too. The BRDC clubhouse was packed with spectators, all standing along the top there, but they've gone inside probably to shelter from the wind and the rain, which never really came. It threatened to upset the end of the race, but in the end the weather behaved itself, and we didn't have any dramatic finishes to the weekend. As you can see, a bit of a grey sky above the Silverstone wing, but nothing too dramatic, which hopefully will mean we'll have a nice clean Formula 3 race a little bit later on. Let's hear from Greg Franke. He is the 2011 Blancpain Endurance Series champion.
Congratulations, Greg. You are the 2011 Blancpain Endurance Series driver champion and team champion. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for all the team, all my teammates during the season, because I changed a lot of teammates for 24 hours. Thank you for Matthias, Timo, all the year, Andrea, and Christopher Mies for the last race. Thanks for Audi Ducati, and the Belgium Audi and Audi Sport. Thanks a lot. Just amazing for the first year. The Blancpain Endurance Series, I win the championship. It's fantastic.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Well, Greg Franke, very happy as you'd imagine, jogging up to the podium. And there you can see the winning Lotus just there, the blue Evora, green Evora. I don't know what's happened to my colour recognition there, as we wait for the drivers to appear on the podium. So Stefan Ortelli, a great last-minute move to move up into second place. Obviously we had to focus on the leader crossing the line, but it was nevertheless an impressive performance. Here's a look at the results then. 4 different manufacturers in the top 4, which is good to see. Linders and Paltala and Martin taking the win. Porsche in 4th place. Fairly quiet second half of the race for the Porsches really, but they did well to climb up the order from their fairly lowly starting grid position. 2 Ferraris in 7th and 8th, AF Corsa and Vita for 1. Then of course we have the Pro-Am class winners there in 8th place, Nick Homerson, Maciels and Bartels. Homerson and Maciel taking the Pro-Am title. These guys all 1 lap down. Mark Hayek and Peter Cox finishing 3rd in class, which I think will please them. They were just hoping to pick up a podium. Hexus AMR, difficult afternoon for them when we possibly expect a little bit more from the Astons. And then we've got 3 different Lamborghinis in a row. The Lamborghini LP, the Lamborghini and the Lamborghini GT3 3. So the Ruffier racing car handing Georges Capin the Gentleman Trophy Championship. 9 laps down, Adam Christodoulou, Klaus Hummel and Phil Quaife after such a promising start to the race where they were running up in 3rd position. Tresson, Ward and Buncombe coming home in 22nd place. That seals them the GT4 trophy, with Brody Harkemer finishing towards the back of the order. And then our retirements, we had that Hexus AMR, the number 4 Aston Martin retiring, McLaren retiring as well. Richard Westbrook and Peter Dumbreck finished retired about 35 laps into the race, and the Ferrari and the BMW M3 spectacularly exploded a little bit earlier on in the race at the Village Complex, leaving a bit of oil on the circuit, but hopefully nothing too bad. So on to the podium come our 3rd place men, and a big cheer, very big cheer indeed for our 2nd position. A handshake with them all. And then climbing onto the top step, Baslinders, Marcus Pautala and Maxime Martin. Climbing onto the top step, shaking hands with everyone after a commanding performance that saw them finish 28.361 seconds clear of the rest of the field. So congratulations to the top 3 Mark VDS Racing Team. So the 3rd place men receive their trophies. A great performance in the end from Giacomo Petrobelli, Philippe Salquada and Carlos Iaconelli, picking up their 3rd place trophies. It was a good strong performance from all of them really, especially Philippe Salquada early on, and then obviously 2nd place trophies for Bert Longham, Philippe Albuquerque and Stefan Ortelli. Great move from Stefan Ortelli on that final lap, real determination to close in what was about a 12-second lead with not long to go. But our winners, Baslinders, Marcus Pautala and Maxime Martin. And the team trophy as well, going the way of Mark VDS Racing, of course. And now the champagne. And a very happy end to the season for the Blancpain Endurance Series. Spraying it down onto the crowd below. And it really was an impressive drive. It was a great 3-way, 4-way battle really that we had for the lead early on. It's a shame it disintegrated a little bit through the various dramas, the lead battle that is, but we had scraps going on all the way down the order with every single category really, apart from maybe the cup category because there was only one of them, but there was still plenty of action to keep us entertained through that 3 hours of excellent racing around this Silverstone Arena circuit, which is really showing itself to be a very good circuit, not only for the drivers but also for overtaking. It's very rare you get both a good overtaking circuit and a circuit that the drivers love in one fell swoop. So we wait now for the next round of podium presentations, which will of course see all of them presented this 3-hour race, which got underway a little bit late, but it was certainly worth the wait, wasn't it? As you can see the crowd down in the podium. You can see me actually too on the top of the race control building in that little box. That's where I've been watching the race from as we wait for our remaining podium finishers to come out. And so it's Greg Franke who takes the win in the overall championship. He wasn't up there on the podium. There is Mark Hayek and Peter Cox climbing onto the third step of the podium. Good performance from Peter. Mark doing well to cling on to that final third spot. Second place goes the way of David and Godfrey Jones. I think they'll be pleased with their Mercedes SLR's performance this weekend. And the winners, and therefore the Pro-Am champions, the number 2 car of Nick Homerson and Louis Maciel, with Michael Bartels up there. He's a winner, but he's not the Pro-Am champion. Very, very happy men on the top step of the podium with the race win and the championship win as well. Trophies for Peter Cox and Mark A. Hayek. Pleased with them. A satisfying job, no doubt. Peter Cox, absolutely the quickest guy in the field for a brief period in that race. Really commanding drive from him. David and Godfrey Jones received their trophies. Best result of the season for them in Blancpain, and possibly even in compared to British GT as well. But our race winners, Nick Homerson, Louis Maciel and Michael Bartels. And the team's trophy, of course, going to Vita 4-1 for running the Ferrari 458 Italia so well. And they posed for a few photographs before the grid girls probably leg it out of the way. So a fascinating Pro-Am race as well, as the battle for the Pro lead overall. And I think one of the champagnes has gone off already, so that's what all the fuss is about. So our Pro-Am champions of the season, Nick Homerson and Louis Maciel on top of the podium. As they share the champagne around and then get spraying. So congratulations to our top three, of course. Vita 4-1 team, as well as the Pressy Spark team of Godfrey Jones and David Jones. Blancpain writer Mark A. Hayek and Peter Cox. And it's those two of those three anyway, that are the champions in Pro-Am this season, after a very strong performance from the pair of them this year. I'd imagine after that also that the Pro-Am Teams Championship went the way of Vita for One, as we saw. So that's a doubly good day for Vita for One racing. So it's still the crowd assembled down there. So the next podium will be the Gentleman Trophy, which of course we'll see Georges Cabin crowned the champion. So that is the level racing car in third, the 19 Porsche, Brody, Marcus Harkemer and Christopher Corton. 3 Frenchmen climb the podium next, which means that is Georges Cabin, Fabien Michal and Gilles Vanelay, with Chris Diamond, Robert Hissam and Lionel Kamol taking the top step of the podium in their Ferrari 430 Scuderia. So congratulations to our winners, Chris Diamond, Robert Hissam and Lionel Kamol. There's the third place trophy to the 2 Belgian drivers, Brody Mashes Harkemer and Christopher Corton. Corton, of course, who came in early on with a puncture. Second place, that's them, but also taking the win in the Gentleman Trophy, Georges Cabin, alongside his teammates Fabien Michal and Gilles Vanelay. But then our winners, Lionel Kamol, Robert Hissam and Chris Diamond. Very pleased with that, aren't they? And there's the champagne. They're going for it, aren't they? That was a lot better than the Pro and the Pro-Am's attempt at champagne. And then a nice swig as well. Someone's still not finished with the attack. So Georges Cabin, all he had to do really was finish the race. He's done that, and he has subsequently won the 2011 Blancpain Endurance Series Gentleman's Trophy. All of those drivers delighted to be up there on the podium. So they leave the podium. And before a few more poses, that of course is the level racing Porsche team. Came in, as I say, with that early puncture, still managed to finish on the podium, which is great work from them. So onto the podium then. This is the Cup winners, Sergio Negroni, Luigi Maliani and Marco Casera. So, the Cup winners received their trophy. And I wonder if they're just going to spray champagne at each other. Well, they thought about it, didn't they? But a great win there for Sergio Negroni, Luigi Maliani and Marco Casera. And then finally we move on to the GT4 Cup, which has seen our champions crowned. So, one more podium to come, which will be the GT4 trophy. And the champions, Jordan Tresson, Christopher Ward and Alex Buncombe will be climbing onto the podium, only in second place for them. There we go. And the winners in GT4, there are your GT4 champions for the season. But Leo Mansell, Greg Mansell and Eduardo Piscopo stand on the top step of the podium after taking the win for Lotus and Lotus Sport Italia in their Lotus Evora GT4. So the two Mansells and Eduardo Piscopo, who's got a pretty decent single-seater career behind him, certainly the likes of AutoGP he's been in most recently, but now winning races, not quite winning the championship for Lotus Sport Italia, but winning races alongside the two Mansells. So a great race in the 3-hour Blancpain Endurance Series. Haley Coxon's been in the pits. My name is Jack Nichols, and it has been a really fantastic race to round off the Blancpain Endurance Series season.